Yo dudes! Welcome. You'll see Dave has transformed into the beautiful Henry and Ian.
Yo.
They're from BOSH, total internet sensations, wonderful chefs. They have a new book out. And this is Henry's favourite recipe from this book,
Mushroom pho.
Woo!
Absolutely. You know what? I travelled Southeast Asia. I love those spicy, gorgeous, brothy, soupy flavours. So we're going to cook one for you today.
Oh, can't wait. It is super, super tasty.
Do you know how to pronounce pho?
Pho. There you go.
We think.
Okay, well here, comment below, let us know, and here we go.
Here we go. So the base of a pho is absolutely a gorgeous, tasty broth. So we're going to start by just making that first. We've got a pan on the heat, and I'm going to go in with 3 tablespoons of sesame oil.
Ooh, nice touch, Henry.
Yeah, it's good.
So that'll add kind of a nice kind of just seedy, I always find sesame oil has this wonderful, almost nutty undertone.
Absolutely. I mean, you love sesame oil.
I cook with it quite regularly. It's like, it's legit flavour for this kind of dish, isn't it?
You've got to go sesame with Southeast Asian, I find. Unless you want something that really hasn't got much flavour and is going to sit in the background. So first things first, we've got about 2 onions going into the pan.
Okay, beautiful. Nice sizzle. Henri.
Oh, merci.
Très belle.
And we're just going to let these soften for a couple of minutes.
Okay, great. Onions smell epic. What are we going with next?
So these have softened lovely. So now we're just going to pop in some garlic.
Okay, what do you got, about 3?
About 3
cloves.
3 cloves of garlic,
Okay,
exactly. And here we have a whopping amount of ginger. This is 15 centimetres of ginger.
So that's like about almost my hand.
Yeah, imagine that much ginger. Loads. Probably 5 times what you'd use in a normal recipe.
Okay, beautiful. This
So
is delicious.
we're going deep on the ginger, yeah.
I like it. Go deep.
Go
ginger
deep.
hole.
Okay, next up we
Oh,
have
here we go.
fresh red chilies.
Henry likes
of course.
chili.
Yeah,
Henry likes it
love
hot.
chili. This is about 2 or 3. We had large ones, so we're going in with 2, but 3 would work too.
Okay, beautiful. You really do like it hot. Good man, Henry.
Oh, yes, I do. Now let's just turn that heat down a little bit. If we can. I know we can't. Let's go in the middle.
Go.
Okay, cool. So next up, what we want is we want to get.
I can be your knife.
Yeah, so this is like 10 shiitake mushrooms.
Okay, shiitake mushrooms. One of the meaty stone mushrooms. They are part of the functional mushroom group, so they're really, really healthy. Good mycelium.
Mycelium.
Yeah, we just want them like roughly chopped. Doesn't matter too much. Straight in the pan, absolutely.
Okay, nice.
This is all about flavour. We're just trying to impart all of the goodness of these mushrooms into the flavour of the broth. Sadly, we're actually going to discard them later on, but we can save it.
Yeah,
we'll just munch on them.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. We'll just keep that stirring for about 5 minutes and let the flavours all infuse. All of those flavourings have come together. This is all soft, so we're going to go in with a few wet ingredients.
Orange juice.
Orange juice, and it's the Happy Pear orange juice, which means it's organic, delicious, gorgeous. We've drunk a lot of this over the last couple of days.
Oh, it's really good.
So we're going to go in with about 150 ml of orange juice.
Okay, that's nice. The mushrooms will naturally kind of infuse with this flavour and just start being carriers of that kind of sweet acidity.
Bubbling away already.
It does smell amazing.
And then it's about 100 ml of maple syrup for sweetness.
Oh, yes.
And tamari for that
How much?
salty
What time do you want?
umami. 100 ml.
Oh, nice. 100 ml.
Yeah,
Jeez, David loved this.
He loves tamari, doesn't he?
So tamari's, is it just like gluten-free soy sauce, essentially?
Boom. Yeah, aged for longer, more rounder flavour. Typically there's no wheat added, so it's gluten-free and it's just more delicious.
Yeah.
And it's Dave's top thing.
And 100 ml of that, if you'd be so
yeah.
kind.
Okay, bye.
That's good.
Looks good.
Nice.
Okay, so that's the sweet, the umami, the bit of acid. So you're balancing kind of, I guess, full range of flavour profile. Okay, next, some tamarind paste.
Tamarind paste.
And if you don't have that, you could use date molasses.
Wicked, okay, cool.
Typically a pho is quite aromatic in its spices, so Henri has star anise, worthwhile seeking out, adds that lovely kind of aniseed flavour. 2 cinnamon quills, and in they go.
And now we're just going to leave that to warm up and simmer away for about another 5 to 7 minutes.
Nice, I like this.
And now, already I'm smelling pho. It smells so much more like a pho just after adding that sour acid. You know, you could use vegetable stock if you wanted to get a bit more of a rounded flavour, but we've already nailed our flavours in here, so this is just water. Also, 3 litres is a lot, but we're going for a really broth-filled dish. So reduce it if you prefer more noodles.
So I can put in 2 litres if I want it kind of more intense or whatever. Beauty.
Here we go. Easy now.
Really sad to see all that incredible intense flavour dilute, isn't it?
I know, yeah.
Oh no, the flavour!
Okay. But it's all in here, don't worry.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Nice work.
So that's just gonna warm up and we're gonna leave that to simmer for another 5, 6, 10 minutes. And next step will be to strain it. Okay, so that broth looks fantastic. It's been bubbling away for 10 minutes. Could leave it for much longer. It's just gonna continue to infuse. But right now we're gonna strain it so we've got a nice clear soup.
Oh, there's our ginger bath and our beautiful mushrooms. But I guess it does give a beautiful, like, very clean, velvety, no bits in your kind of caught in your teeth. This is, Henry likes it clean.
I like it clean.
Very nice.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
and a cinnamon quill.
Nice.
Yeah, cinnamon. Oh, look at all that ginger. Wow.
So that broth is now lovely and clear, just how I like it. But we are going to keep the mushrooms and stuff back for
So
later.
how much do we have here? We've got quite a lot of...
A load of mushrooms. I mean...
Mushrooms of choice, so big
Yeah.
bowl, whatever you like. If you don't like mushrooms, substitute them with your favourite vegetables.
Yeah,
There you
I'd say
go.
we've got about 400 grams there.
Yeah, we've gone portobello, we've gone chestnut, portobello and shiitake, so whatever you're into. And
Now
now
the-
chop them into little bite-sized pieces.
Exactly. Now this is what we're going to eat, so think about what you want to be tasting.
Okay, I'm chopping them rather big because I like a chunky mouthfeel. But
Chunky.
you could chop it polite, couldn't you, if you're...
Absolutely. I always find a little contrast between the two is good. I like it a bit rough and ready.
Oh, Henry.
So we have 3 tablespoons sesame oil, we've got our mushrooms going in, and we're just going to put all the mushrooms in there, toss them around and really let them brown on the outside. Doesn't need that long, maybe 5 minutes.
So what's happening here with the mushrooms is that we are frying them to sort of like cook them off, because you know when you've got the mushrooms, they shrink in. And then when they get back into the broth, they're going to sort of rehydrate, but they will be completely cooked through. So it's quite an interesting little technique Henry's using here. I think they're looking pretty damn
Broth
good.
time?
Yeah.
Broth time? Right, if you wouldn't mind, Ian. So we're going to pour that into here.
Cool, nice one. Slowly does it, no splashing because it's quite hot this. Here we go, oh, you like that sizzle?
Those mushrooms are going to be little carriers of flavour. They're gonna
Oh
be,
yeah.
when they're finished, they'll be, they'll be
Bang it.
very meaty.
Yeah. So that would just like
I like
replace...
that, that's a nice
Yeah.
I like
You gotta
that.
get a
That's
sniff
that's
in
lovely.
there.
Oh, I like that. That's
I mean,
lovely.
it smells good. And actually smell, you know, it's how you experience a lot of flavour. So I
it's
find
your
it's
nose,
important to have a little sniff.
Yeah, I
So
like
speaking of which, maybe we should, this is a good point to taste.
Okay,
Yeah, why not?
Guys, we recommend you taste all the way through as you're cooking and think about the different things you can add to adjust the flavour.
Just even yourself, just to learn more about the process, what's happening, what bits you like, what bits you don't like, and just understand seasoning.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Delicious. Very round, tastes like a little belly hug, tastes like a cuddle, tastes like sitting by the fire, wearing socks on a winter evening.
Are we going to have a cuddle in front of the fire? We're having a bit of a romance with the Happy Pear boys at the moment because we love them.
Oh, it's great.
Wicked. So now we're going to cook the noodles in the broth.
Okay, cool. So we just have 100 grams of brown rice noodles, or noodle of choice.
Yeah.
You like them long?
I like the flat ones actually, but we've gone for brown rice because these are healthier and
Yeah.
we're in Pearville. So
Yeah,
being healthy.
Higher in fibre. We
Yeah.
all like our fibre. Do you like the needle in whole, or do you want to break it?
Yeah, put it in whole.
Okay, yeah.
And
Some places like we get in trouble for breaking. I have kids, and that's why I normally break
Yeah.
it. It's easier to cut and share.
yeah, Ian likes to break his spaghetti, which
people
I
always
think
do
is
that.
is terrible. It's like
Italians say that.
sacrilege,
Oh,
man. Yeah.
That doesn't go down well.
So that was 250 grams. In our recipe book, it says 300 grams. Basically a pack of noodles, enough
nice.
for about 4 people. This recipe will make enough for 4.
It's like they're already cooking already. They've gone super,
Yeah.
super, like, well, they're not hard and long anymore. They're sort of soft and like spaghetti. It's amazing.
Which is what we're after.
Yeah.
So these ones are about 6 minutes, so we're just gonna let them cook away. This would be a perfect time to prep your fresh ingredients, your fresh
Because you were
herbs.
saying a pho, it's all kind of fresh ingredient, like in Vietnam.
Exactly.
Typically it's served with the fresh ingredients, you get your broth and bit, and then you're given this lovely plate of fresh bits just to
Totally.
pimp it out the way you like.
Build it yourself. That's
Very
the
nice.
vibe. So,
Lovely
and
way
it's
of doing it.
normally like you would have mint in there, you'd have coriander in there, and bok choy or pak choy. We've got some bean
gone for
sprouts
that.
too, and of course some freshly sliced chili.
Yes, baby, that's what you need to get that spice in your diet.
Ian's also a big fan of sriracha.
I certainly am. I'll put sriracha on more or less everything, including beans on toast, which is weird, but you know.
You
there we
like
go.
it really spicy.
Yeah, I like it. I like the spice. The spice is good.
But so that's going to
But-
sit perfectly here as well. We
Yeah.
can have some sriracha.
I once read that, like, if anything is really punchy in terms of flavour or colour, it's going to be quite good for you if it's from the plant world. And obviously, chili is bright red and really, really packs with a load of flavours. It's perfect for you, right?
Good man.
Yeah.
So these noodles are cooked, they taste good. Now it's time to ladle everything together. We are gonna go in with...
So typically it's broth and shrooms or mushrooms.
I mean, typically it's broth and noodles.
Yeah.
And maybe a couple of extra little bits. Basically whatever needs to be cooked by the liquid.
Okay, beautiful.
And then we're gonna let those fresh bits just kind of gently...
I love how deliberate you're doing that, Henry.
Yeah, I'm being...
It's lovely to watch.
Really?
It's really lovely to watch.
Thank you very much. Well, you know,
You're good at this.
it's not many times you're in the Happy Pear's Pearville
exactly.
and you get to cook for the lads.
Yeah, it's lovely. Really
So I think that's about right. And now I'm going to follow it with some noodles.
Okay, great.
Yeah, and just
Perfect.
use... Tongs are going to be
Bamboo
easier
tongs,
to grab
perfect.
these noodles. Ooh. Let's get some more.
Yeah.
You said rice noodles are normally more sticky.
Yeah, generally rice noodle is much more sticky than a typical wheat noodle. And the reason why we went with brown is just it's higher in fibre, and most people tend to not get enough fibre. So.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Now it's time that we build a bowl.
Pimp our foe.
Pimp our foe. Pimp our foot.
Yeah, pimp our foe. Okay, that's
Foot.
Okay, well, you just literally in you go.
Yes, well, I mean, it's quite nice. I think a Buddha bowl would be a good point of reference here.
Yeah.
But we pretty much just want a bit of green, a few bean sprouts, and some chili.
I love the bit of mint.
So you got your mint?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm a devil for fresh herbs.
Oh man, it's definitely...
Is that you
Yeah,
put
and-
them fresh in like that?
Yeah, we're not worried about the stalk. If you've got a big stalk in there, don't worry about it. Just chuck it in there.
Really straight in.
Yep, straight in.
Wow,
Because
I
it's
thought it
literally,
was
it's going to
big.
kind of blanch in that soup anyway. It's going to soften up. You're not going to eat it for the first couple of minutes.
Lovely like
Yeah.
that. Bean sprouts.
Get some bean
And
sprouts.
you'd ordinarily, you'll have a spoon obviously because it's a thing, but then you get a couple of chopsticks in there as well, so you can just sort of like slurp it up as it should be.
If you want to make it really posh, just leave one of these on the side, just like that.
Oh yeah, black sesame seeds is a good shout.
Boom.
Et voila, look.
Dude, that looks badass!
That's lovely.
No,
Wow.
it's good.
Beautiful.
Very happy with this.
Well, go on then.
Two.
Let's have a look.
Thank you. You need a spoon.
Oh, there we go.
Whoa.
Oh, here we go.
Let's do this.
I'm gonna get it, my mushroom.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Wonderful
good
carries of
plan.
flavour.
Yeah, they soak up all the juices, don't they, mushrooms?
It's such a beautiful way of eating.
Oh my goodness.
Like
That mint.
It feels really soothing and nurturing and gentle,
Yeah.
and then with the fresh greens, it's a beautiful way of eating, genuinely.
So if you ever feel that you've got a cold brewing, just rustle one of these up and you'll probably be A-okay within a couple of days.
Or if you're trying to impress a hot date, or in fact a bromance, satisfy a bromance with the Happy Pear, just cook them the mushroom pho from the BOSH cookbook.
It's genuinely beautiful. Dudes, I highly recommend making this. It's genuinely an absolutely delicious dish. Check out the lads on Facebook, Instagram, whatever your platform is.
And
choice.
YouTube, dude.
And YouTube.
We're
sorry.
YouTubers now.
YouTube. Sorry, yes, YouTube. That's
Come
the big
find
one.
us on YouTube.
And last thing is they have a new book out. It's genuinely fantastic. It's doing exceptionally well. If you're interested in more vegan recipes, check it out. Check the lads out. Thanks for watching. Sending loads of love and sending loads of pho.
See you later, guys.
Cheers.